Good morning, Saints. My name is Hazel Castro. Today we are 8th year anchors for the SAHS TV News broadcast. But first, let's start off with a prayer. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Baseball, golf, and track are a few of the sports during this spring season. Our reporters asked multiple athletes about their insight on it.
What's up, St. Anthony? My name is Mateo Ortega, bringing you to the latest and greatest news coverage of your 2023 spring sports season. For those that don't know, the spring season lineup includes baseball, softball, swim, boys golf, and track and field. The season starts in the middle of February and goes until the end of April, with games and practices being hosted at Clark Field and Lakewood Country Club. I want to bring you guys the latest updates and get some perspective from the spring athletes and our athletic director, Mr. Morrison. Speaking of Mr. Morrison, let's get his input on his hopes for this upcoming season.
Well, I want some rings. So baseball, softball, track and field, swim, boys golf. I don't want to leave anybody out. Esports. Hopefully I'm not leaving anybody out. Cheer competition. You know, I need some more rings on my fingers, so we need rings.
You get a ring for every sport that wins, right?
Yeah. So the latest softball sport, we got a ring for softball for the state regionals.
Thank you, Mr. Morrison, for your input. We hope that all sports can bring back a CIF ring. Now, let's get some input from our junior, Blake Andrews.
This year, we're looking really good. I'm really excited from all that I've seen in practice and how we're all looking forward to the start of season. We're all improving pretty fast, so I'm excited for the start of season, and I think we're going to do good this year.
With the golf team having fast improvements on their game, boys golf hopes to bring a CIF title back to St. Anthony's. Now, let's hear from golf player, senior, Gavin Lane, and how he thinks the upcoming golf season will go.
I look forward to hopefully staying undefeated as we have for the last 6 years, and then of course made it to CIF.
What do you think makes the team different from other competitors?
I feel like what makes us different from other schools is that we just have a lot of, we are a really close team. Unlike other schools where it's more about just winning, we not only want to win, but we want to have fun while doing it, and then keeping that close connection with one another.
Well, the boys golf team has been undefeated for 6 years, and with being a close team, they continue to keep that streak alive. Best of luck to the boys golf this year. Now, moving on to baseball, we have transfer student Isaac Salazar to answer some questions about his mental aspect of baseball.
Mental aspect's everything in baseball. It's a game of failure, so almost every time you're going to have a bad game, so you have to deal with that and keep going. So mental game is the biggest thing, because if you're not the most confident guy on the field, you're going to plummet big time.
I appreciate the input, Isaac. The team definitely has potential to bring home a ring this year. Now, to get some perspective of another transfer student, we asked Tyler Gingras how his experience at Los Alamitos High School was different from St. Anthony's, and how important the mental aspect of baseball is.
So on my baseball team, my freshman year, had 30 players on one team. So the opportunity there was very little, didn't really play a lot. So talked to my dad at the end of the year. He said I should consider transferring, and then we were just on the couch talking, and then Clark Field is right behind my house. So he was talking about SA and their baseball program. And then I talked to John Doe and then some of the players on the team, so they kind of got me in here too. It's probably, I always told myself baseball's 90% mental, 10% physical. So if you are not mentally locked in every single game, every pitch, then you're not going to be your best. And then it's a huge thing with mental health, because you fail 70 to 80% of the time playing baseball, so you have to get through that and overcome that.
With so much excitement for this season, we're hoping for a great turnout. With golf being undefeated for 6 seasons and baseball having some transfer talent this year, all teams look forward to bringing a CIF title back to St. Anthony's. This is all for your spring sports season. I'm Mateo Ortega, spinning back to you guys at the SA studio.
Ash Wednesday was on February 22nd. Our first at the theology department and the students for Ash Wednesday is about.
Go. What up, St. Anthony's? This is the St. Anthony's broadcast. I'm your host, Brendan Lane. I'm a sophomore here. What does Ash Wednesday mean to you? How do we celebrate it? Here's what some of our faculty, staff, and students have to say about that.
Well, it's the start of Lent, right? Okay, and I think it's a sacred time in the Catholic calendar, and it's a time of reflection, and a time of us preparing, for Easter Sunday. I've heard before that we Catholics are Easter people. Okay, we rejoice in the death and resurrection because it reminds us of our chance to be a part of that Paschal mystery as well.
Giving up spending money on unnecessary things.
Me, I guess. Candy.
What I'm giving up for Ash Wednesday is, not cussing. I don't like to cuss, and I'm giving it up for Ash Wednesday for the next 40 days. Yeah.
Normally made from the palms that we get the year before, or you could bring a lot of your your religious items that you don't use anymore, like a scapulary that is broken, like a rosary, and then they'll put that together, and that's how they do the ashes.
It's just a time of reflection, really, for me personally. I don't necessarily give things up, I should say. I just try my best to do like an examination of conscience, just to see where I'm at in my life, and obviously being in the campus ministry side of things and the religion department, trying to help create an environment where we can reflect and prepare for that Easter Sunday.
Did you attend the Ash Wednesday Mass?
I did.
Did you receive the ashes on your forehead?
Yes, I did.
What does that mean to you?
It means I'm very blessed in that to dust we are made, and to dust we shall return.
Okay. What did you receive from his homily?
I received that we shall be grateful that we are blessed and have many opportunities in our life.
Thank you.
Just by sharing our experience, I think, and inviting them to experience it.
Yes, I did attend the Ash Wednesday Mass.
I did.
Did you receive?
I received that we shall be grateful that we are blessed and have many opportunities in our life.
I was asleep all the time. I don't think my feet.
Those are some wise words in the name of the Lord. Thank you. Now stay classy, St. Anthony's.
During this period, we are reflecting our actions. So what did you give up for Lent? Next, we have midterms.
Good morning, St. Anthony. My name is Aaron Montez, and I'm a senior here at St. Anthony. And today we'll be going over midterms. Midterms are tests or projects held in the middle of the year that demonstrate where a student stands. It is one of the most important and stressful times of the year and occurs during the first half of each semester. This quarter ends on March 10, 2023. High schools across the nation prepare for tests to see what level each student stands at that given point in time. Each student is tested individually or collectively to see what they have learned so far. Students are on edge and try their best to get on top of their grades and get in as much credit as possible. Now let's talk to Mr. Barcelo, a math teacher here at St. Anthony. Let's hear what he has to say about the midterm season and how he's helping his students.
Are students prepared for your class as the midterm comes up?
For a midterm, final exam, or anything like that, I personally don't think that they are ready because they're not taking their studies seriously. So there's always improvement in that and studying. That's the best way for them to become prepared for for midterms or final exams.
Do you believe the prayers help students succeed during the finals? Why or why not?
Yes, because regardless of their religious background, whatever it may be, for them to realize that their hopes, their requests, their petitions over to God, they know that they're placing their faith in God. So faith, forward all issues to heaven. And it gives them hope that when they are doing that, they know the effectiveness of prayer. And also they see, regardless of the results on the midterms or final exams, that prayer helps them to calm down or helps them to become more confident. Then prayer is definitely something that they're going to want to do as they grow up.
Thank you, Mr. Barcelo. Make sure to take full advantage of tutoring and pray to God for an A on your midterm. Go to Mr. John Doe, who is one of the counselors at St. Anthony, in which he will discuss the importance of preparing students for midterms.
Have you seen any trends in regards to students' grades after midterms?
Well, they either go, they can go one way or the other. Sometimes depends on the age of the kid. Seniors sometimes go downhill because they see the ending and they start slacking off, senioritis. And then other kids kind of step on the gas pedal and they kind of cruise through the first part of the semester, and then they know the second part is where the grades end up on your transcripts, and they're the ones that colleges see. So some kids step on it. Yeah.
What do you suggest that students do when preparing for midterms?
Study, but the best way to prepare for midterms is to do your work all semester long, and you'll be prepared, and it won't take you won't have to have any of those epic study sessions, all-nighters, or whatever you want to call them. You're ready to go with just regular review of the material.
Thank you, Mr. John Doe, for taking time out of your day to talk to us. Make sure to take advantage of tutoring. Now we go to Sammy Gomez, a freshman. He has his perspective on midterms and the importance to him. Let's hear about his struggles and what he plans to accomplish to ace those midterms.
Do you prefer a quiz or projects for midterms? Why or why not?
I prefer projects because while you're doing a project, you can like do research about it, but like a midterm, you just like answer questions.
Do your teachers prepare you for success for midterms?
Yeah, they help me study and give me like good information to study on.
Thank you, Sammy. Good luck on your midterm exam. Now we're going to Jacob Harrison, a senior. This is his last midterm, so let's see what he has to say.
What subject would be the hardest for you?
Religion, definitely. His tests are always really complicated.
Do you think midterms are positive or negative? Why or why not?
Say negative, mainly because I don't like them.
How have you prepared for this midterm?
I'll just study for a little bit every night.
What advice would you give to younger students?
Make sure your grade is the highest it is going into it, so it doesn't hurt you at all.
Thank you, Jacob, for giving us some insight and advice to others about midterms. Make sure to pay attention in class. This is all we have today. Thank you to everyone for their time. Don't forget the quarter ends on March 10th. I'm so glad I'm done here. Have fun and good luck to all on their exams. I hope you guys are all excited as I am.
Next couple of days, don't forget to study. March Madness starts on March 14th and ends April 3rd. Our reporters got an inside scoop of what teams are playing.
Good morning, St. Anthony. My name is Jake Watson, and I'm a freshman here reporting with St. Anthony TV. March Madness is around the corner, starting on March 14th and ending on April 3rd. So here's some information about it. March Madness is a single elimination tournament that features 68 teams trying to survive 3 weekends of game to be crowned the national champion. It starts its first game in Dayton, Ohio, and continues the Final Four in Houston. March Madness generates over $1 billion in ad revenue every year, and it's only rising. That number is greater than the NBA playoffs and double the amount made by the MLB playoffs. Now let's see how Aaron feels about March Madness.
From deep, but these buckets by Aaron Montez.
Who do you think will win March Madness this year?
Houston University.
Who is your favorite player in March Madness?
Marcus Sasser.
Cougars to push. Sasser in particular nails it. Playing with one shoe on. Shoe in his right hand. This'll help. Yeah! Marcus. One shot and out. 2-possession game. Sasser wants to keep it that way, and it's been down to...
What is your favorite part about March Madness?
Probably seeing the upsets, seeing like the underdog win.
Do you know any players that will be playing in March Madness?
Yeah, I know a few. Javis Miller at North Dakota State and RJ at Colorado.
And RJ Smith out of Chino, California. You're a Colorado Buffalo. I know you had your eyes on this for a long time. How's it feel to finally be here?
It feels great.
coming out here to experience new things. I'm just excited to start playing again, and yeah.
And what college do you want to go to?
Right now, Oregon State.
Gill is standing. The three for the tie. And Rivaldo soars, answers. 44 seconds.
Thank you for your input, Aaron. Hopefully we'll see you in Oregon next year. Now let's hear Ryan's thoughts and how she got to playing basketball. Would you ever want to play in March Madness?
Yes, I would. I think it's like a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and also there's a lot of competition and a lot of upsets.
Who do you think would win March Madness this year?
I think either South Carolina. No, I think South Carolina will win again.
Who is your favorite player in March Madness?
I like Zai Cook. That's the South Carolina point guard.
They've got Henderson and Cook on the floor right now. Cook with the basketball. Oh! Zaya Cook will take that.
Thank you, Ryan. Let's see if South Carolina wins it all this year. Next, let's see Coach Mitchell's favorite part about March Madness is.
Who do you think will win March Madness this year?
I don't know, man. I'm an Arizona Wildcat fan, but I think this year is it's wide open. It's been like 4 or 5 #1 teams ranked. I don't know. Arizona to be biased, but I could see Baylor or Houston winning.
Who's your favorite player in March Madness?
It's yet to come. It's yet to come so far. I like Brandon Miller at Alabama, Anthony Black at Arkansas, Bellis at Arizona, so I don't know. We'll see.
What made you start liking basketball?
My brothers, they were playing. I was the youngest of 5. First time picking up a ball at 3 years old and the ball knocking me over, so it put a smile on my face and it brought a lot out of me passion-wise. That's why I stuck with it.
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate your input, and I'm excited to see your prediction is right.
In this situation, Jesperson, half-court heave for the win. Jesperson knows it. Northern Iowa wins it.
March Madness is very significant in the sports realm. It's coming up, and I know everyone is excited about this upcoming event. Reminder that it starts March 14th in Dayton, Ohio, and continues the Final Four in Houston. Also know that if you don't want to be left out this next month, then you should start getting your popcorn and get ready for those games because everyone will be talking about it. There are so many teams that compete and so many fans willing to be there or watching it on television, so don't miss out. Well, thank you for your time. Hopefully this will make you more interested in March Madness. Let's see if your favorite team wins. St. Anthony TV is signing off.
There are multiple contenders to win March Madness. Who do you think will win? Our reporters got more information on what the 5K is about.
Morning, Saints. I'm Milan Chogan. Today I'll be talking about the annual 5K run. The 5K run is an annual race held by the school to raise money for scholarships and tuition assistance. It brings the whole community together in school spirit. This event will take place at Shoreline Aquatic Park in downtown Long Beach on March 18, 2023. The race is set to start at 8:30 a.m. On this day, the whole school is welcome to participate in this run. We talked to Ms. Furlow to find more information on where the money for this event will go.
All the money raised from the 5K goes to support our sponsor state tuition assistance program. So the net proceeds we anticipate to be about $100,000, and that will go directly back to student scholarships.
I'm sure that many students will be grateful for this program. I know what we're all thinking about, prizes. For that, Ms. Furlow.
Their first place for the different categories are all given medals with their, to basically act as a prize. So I'm one of the event directors, so I will not be running, but I will be there helping orchestrate and problem solve. So at the 5K, the prayer is always done by Father George because he's the pastor of St. Anthony's High School, so he will be leading the prayer. It's absolutely mandatory for cross country and track kids to run and participate in a school-wide event.
I think medals are a great way to symbolize first place. Next, I talked to a few students on whether or not they are going to the 5K and if they'll be running it. We talked to John Ferguson, one of our senior track runners, if he's going.
I've been going to the 5K since my freshman year. It's really fun. I like running a lot, so going in the 5K and running is really fun. And just being there with all my friends, it really makes the time worthwhile and worth going. And hanging out with some of my friends after going to eat is also really fun.
Thank you, John. Next we interview Christine Adams, who is also one of our senior track runners.
I will be attending the 5K, and since I'm running track, I'm going to try and run it as fast as possible, under 30 minutes.
Thank you, Christine, for your insight on the 5K. This event will be held on March 18th of 2023 at Shoreline Aquatic Park in downtown Long Beach at 8:30 a.m. This event is to raise money to help scholarships and fund the Saint program. Well, gotta run. Hopefully we see you at the 5K. I will be there, and so will the teachers. Have a great day, Saints. I'm Alan Chawian. Back to you guys in the studio.
5K is on March 18, 2023. Are you planning to attend? Thank you to all who tuned in. This is Hazel and Anna signing off.